The debate is never about the issue; it's about the process.
Barry,
for whatever reason.
Well, let's go to the issue here, right? Now, you and I are old enough, but it seems that a generation of people in caucus aren't old enough to remember that in November 1989 the Berlin Wall came down. Right, and there was euphoria across the world at the liberation of a shackled people.
Okay, where are you going with this?
Well, one of the things
Stalin link again.
One of the things that the Soviet Union and every despotic totalitarian government has always done is attack the freedom of the press.
Piers Akerman, the human headline. Here we go.
This,
and in what
way?
I
can't believe that I'm sitting on a program with three journalists, and you think that freedom of the press is a laughing matter. I am absolutely I can't believe this, Karen.
Give us a chance, Piers. Give us a chance.
A chance? Well, go on, laugh now, and I'll finish, because this is what this government is trying to do in a backdoor manner is pick up the cobbles of the Berlin Wall and reconstruct the same sort of totalitarian control on the media.
Can we go back to East? Do you think there's been some hysterical reaction to this?
I say nothing. Barry, I'm sorry.
In what way is this such a monumental attack on freedom of speech?
On freedom of the press.
And freedom of the press.
Because once, as you said, when you're talking to the laughing minister over there a few minutes ago, once you have a government-appointed authority who has oversight.
I'm just
to ensure that the regulator does what the regulator says it will do.
Exactly.
Yes.
Then that regulator becomes answerable to the government.
And
you made the point yourself. I can't believe this is a shocking intrusion into free speech, and his comparisons with Sweden or other nations. We are number 26, and the next time, as the UN Human Rights Council said the other day, this is a backward step. Why are Australians so passive?
Did the proprietors have it coming? Given the examples that Stephen Conroy gave us and the evidence that was led at the inquiry, did the proprietors have this coming because of their attitude towards it?
Look, you know those inquiries were Mickey Mouse. They were based on phony stuff. Julia Gillard said the media had hard questions to answer. She's never told us what those questions are.
That's all quite right. Look, but
of course it's right.
But not everything you said.
Well, you said it's all quite right.
No, I'm talking about the Gillard stuff. Your references to every despot who's ever trod the earth is just silly. I mean, trying to equate an elected minister sitting in an upper house with the actions of murderous tyrants is just silly.
No, I'm talking about free speech.
We're going to the Telegraph page one. That's what he's talking about, clearly.
But can we go to the substance of these things? The minister was talking about the way this government oversight would work. Now, I think there are some concerns about the way it would work. There's a perception that, which is the core of the hysteria that Piers is on about, there is a perception that the government could have some kind of undue influence over this self-regulatory body. One of the things that this regulator has to do is ensure that the Press Council and the likes of it uphold community standards. It doesn't define them. So along with the list of what the minister said it would have to ensure, that is another thing that does raise some concerns. Plus it leaves a lot of wiggle room. It also talks about the influence of a proprietor, talks about the influence of government. Now, that's clearly aimed at the likes of Gina Rinehart and Rupert Murdoch. So there are some concerns about what they do. Having said that, on the public interest test, maybe it's a bad example, but it's sort of an example. The Foreign Investment Review Board does something very similar about foreign acquisitions. It has a national interest test that it applies, and nobody screams blue murder about that. So isn't this a little bit similar? No. I think there are pros and cons in this legislation. There is big concern about the privacy provisions, and there is big concern about government oversight. And in that respect, I agree with you. I don't agree with the whole ridiculous Stalin thing.